Hola, I'm Gabriela McBee from the University of Victoria here in Canada, and here's a 5-minute summary of my presentation, A Call to Honor the Learning Spirit. Indigenous peoples around the world have collectively accrued a treasure of knowledge representing a body of ancient thought, experience, and action that needs to be honored and preserved as a vital storehouse of wisdom. It is a testimonial to the ingenuity, creativity, resourcefulness, and ability of people to learn and to teach a harmonious way of existence with nature. This ancient knowledge has evolved over thousands of years and hundreds of generations through ongoing relationships with specific environments. This knowledge is part of the collective genius of humanity and represents the accumulated experience, wisdom, and know-how unique to nations, societies, and communities. Indigenous paradigms tend to be holistic, cyclical, linked to place, process-oriented, and based on a nature-centered philosophy. Indigenous education has much to contribute, and it is appropriate that Indigenous people lead and stimulate the awareness of their counterparts in Western society. If societies were ranked on the basis of technological ability, the Western scientific experiment would no doubt come up on top. However, were they ranked by their capacity to thrive in a truly sustainable way with reverence and appreciation for the earth, the Western paradigm would fail. Traditional Indigenous education is an exploration of a nature-centered and community-responsive philosophy of research that invites a deeper understanding of our collective role as caretakers of the world. Objective science needs to give way to systemic science, and rather than concentrating only on structures, education should be geared to understanding process. Gregory Cajete recommends to use the metaphor of networking rather than building when referring to knowledge, as education at its core is learning about life through participation and engagement with all of nature. Naturalizing Indigenous knowledge leads to transformation and change benefiting everyone because it creates potential for Indigenous and non-Indigenous learners in ways that Eurocentric knowledge alone cannot do. From an Indigenous perspective, knowledge encompasses all relationships, not just something written in a book or contained in other memory mechanisms. Dreams, visions, insights, and teachings that validate one's sensory intake are all different ways of knowing. Indigenous paradigms harbor ideas of constant flux and motion. Concepts of energy, waves, and spirits generate a perception that all is alive. Humans, animals, plants, rocks, the earth, the sun, the moon, and the stars are energy and spirit to which we can relate. Constant transformation, reformation, and restoration produce a spider web network, and all my relations is the expression of the resulting interrelationships. The educational legacy of Indigenous people is to enable individuals, and I quote Cajete, to reach completeness by learning how to trust their natural instincts, to listen, to look, to create, to reflect, and see things deeply, to understand and apply their intuitive intelligence, and to recognize and honor the teacher of spirit within themselves and the natural world, end of quote. It is time for a systemic transformation of our teaching institutions. Rethinking how to organize curricula, run classes, and conceive the role of the teacher-learner relationship will invite flexibility and a desire to improve present patterns. Revisiting the eurocentric conception of who is a qualified expert will help inform dominant conceptions of pedagogy within the institution and will inspire educators to experiment with taking students out of the classroom and into the community and experiential learning. Indigenous education offers the opportunity to grow and cultivate a more comprehensive view of humanity. Including it in our education systems will strengthen the knowledge democracy underway and honor the learning spirit in each and every child. All my relations.